Right, Mr. Fuzzbottom, let's have it then. The TR4A, let's go.
TR4A, 1966.
Yep.
This is with independent rear suspension, and this is an overdrive gearbox model, which was an optional extra.
Now, when we talk about independent rear suspension, you might previously have a car with a rear axle, so a huge hulking thing with a diff in the middle, and sort of self-contained prop shaft.
Straight beam.
Absolutely, yeah. So inside, so if one side goes up, whatever, they work together.
Yeah.
But with independent rear, we mean we have a mounted diff in the middle, and then drive shafts and wheels that can go up and down at different times.
Yeah, exactly, like that.
So this is what this car has got. So this is the IRS, independent rear suspension.
That's right, and it makes it quite a good driving car, actually. It doesn't hop about like you'd expect with a beam axle car.
Right.
So it's quite polite, actually.
Yeah.
But you've got front engine, rear wheel drive, standard gearbox in the middle, plus an overdrive, which is actually a little epicyclic gearbox on the back of the gearbox. So it's like part manual, part automatic.
Part auto. It's a bit of a treat, isn't it? I mean, you imagine in the 60s having an overdrive on a switch when you're so used to the sort of the process of changing gear, a big clutch going down, a change of a gear, bringing the clutch and the accelerator up at the right time. To have a little button you could just flick like that.
Yeah, well, the reason behind it though wasn't anything to do with difficulties in gear changes. It was more about the fact that roads had got faster.
Yeah.
Motorways had appeared.
Yeah.
So suddenly, cars that were geared for ordinary A roads
couldn't cope.
No, they'd be racing away. The engines would be revving their guts out.
Well,
and then suddenly, you could get an extra gear.
We're talking about engines. So this is roughly just under a 2.3 litre 4-pot petrol engine, obviously.
2286. So development of the 4-pot Ferguson engine.
The tractor engine.
Yeah, tractor engine.
Yeah. So I mean, it's an amazing thing to think about how versatile car manufacturers are being back there in terms of using other things that were made. That's what I love about these 60s sports cars. There are so many things I recognise in this car that were used in other cars of that time. Yeah, that's right. But what you've got to remember as well, that this is a separate body on chassis car, so it's largely hand-built. You know, so a hand-built car. So you can see all the screws, you can see all the fixings, you can see how it's put together, totally how it's put together. Are you enjoying driving it? Is it a nice drive? Is it tight? Is it a driver's car? Because as a passenger, I'll give you my review of that in a minute, but what's it like to drive? Actually, it is quite a well-mannered car. You've got a steering rack, so actually, you know, the steering is quite positive. And it feels quite involved though, Fuzz. I feel like you're really focusing on driving it, like you're having to think quite long and hard about it. Well, there are no frills. There are no real additional extras here, apart from that overdrive on the gearbox. Yeah. And so, yes, you need to get involved with it. It's not going to do it for you. It's not a one-handed drive. No. I like one-handed drives. Yeah? I do, because it gives you a spare hand to do something else with. I suppose so. And depending on who's sitting beside you, you can use that hand for a selection of things. That's right. Pass the chocolate biscuits. Exactly, yeah. And other polite things like that. Can you pass me a crisp? Where's my drink? Yes, exactly. All those sort of things, which distract you from driving. Exactly. The whole thing about this car is it's a driver's car. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. You're hunkered down. It's nice. It's warm. The wind noise isn't too bad at all either for a car of this age. Where we are here, driving this car, it feels like it really suits around here. Through Snowdonia, down these snaking roads, it's a brilliant drive. But it doesn't feel like a car that's got much. I know it's a 2, 3, 4-pot, but it feels, I don't want to say gutless, it feels a little bit underpowered. It's not underpowered, but it doesn't have the oomph that you expect from modern cars nowadays. Yeah, well, there were other cars with bigger engines around at the time. I mean, you know, we're talking 60s here. There were, you know, other cars in that sort of league. Well, I suppose an E-Type's not really in its league, but there were cars with bigger engines out there, weren't there? Yeah, absolutely. But this was what it was. Yeah. This was kind of a mid-range sports car, and as such, I think it's a brilliant piece of kit. You know, it's great. It's great to drive in. You could go quite long distances in this and not feel too tired, wasn't it? You know, in the 60s, for a young, successful man or woman, this would be a sensible choice, wouldn't it? You're not big dough, but you get a lot of experience and you get a lot of car for your money. Well, you say it's a sensible choice. Yes, in a way, if you're in the sports car market, but no, if you're doing something normal. This is the sort of car that you get if you're a little bit kind of, I don't know, a little bit wayward. You reckon? Yeah, got a little bit of cash, a little bit flash. Yeah. This is the sort of thing to turn up in. I think that this car
would have been in the mid-1960s pretty good. I think that this car would have been in the mid-1960s a really impressive way to turn up and turn people's heads.
So how many on a score on a car sausage score chart? How many sausages out of 10 would you give it?
Sausages out of 10. How many links do I give it?
Yeah.
Sausage links.
Yeah.
I actually give it. Well, I'm afraid I have to give it
6. I think you're going to say
6 links. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 sausages. That's a big breakfast for anyone.
That is a big breakfast.
But it's not the top of the shop.
Well, I'll tell you, I would say 6 sausages is good for breakfast. Just look at the size of the seatbelt. Once you've had your 6 sausages, there's plenty of space for that big belly.
Okay, well, that's a manually adjusted seatbelt.
No, but whoever's
You're
been
going
in it
back in
previously.
time there again.
I know, but it's been adjusted for somebody who fits that. I'm a big boy. They're massive.
I think they'd heard you were coming. Anyway, I think that is the TR4A IRS in a nutshell. Great little car, tough thing, okay. They're prone to rust and everything like that. And you're going to be fettling this car. If you own one of these,
Yeah.
you're going to be adjusting things, tightening things up here and there. 1 or 2 things will drop off. Expect it. It's
I
not
would
a modern
say,
car.
yeah, I would say in terms of things that you'd want to drop off, the passenger might be one of them. In terms of a passenger experience, it leaves me somewhat jealous of the driver
Yeah.
because I can tell you're deep in thought when you're driving this and you're having a good time, you're enjoying it, completely and utterly in control. But for me, I'd give it 4 sausages or maybe 5 sausages out of 10. So if I give it 4, the overall marks for the TR4A in terms of car sausages, 5.
Okay, well, I think that's a bit harsh. I think my 6 was fair, but okay, with your balance, that's what it is
4 sausages it is then.
for you.
6 for you. Oh yeah,
5 sausages.
5 sausages.
Exactly. Don't do it down. It's a TR4. They're great cars. I like it. I'd have one.